Holy cow, it's Thursday night. What the fuck are we doing here? Oh, yeah, that's right. We are doing HWR's Four Corner Rants pay-per-view picks. We're going to pick who we think should win the WWE's Extreme Rules pay-per-view this Sunday night. And that's kind of a big lineup. Well, we got a packed show, folks. We've got a big show. We got a big story that Rick is going to put in. We got some rumors. We got the Hardcore Crew, and we're just gonna go ballistic. First of all, and they're already calling. See, Vince McMahon is saying, "Don't give away out spoilers."
That's some telemarketers.
Hey, tell your paparazzi to stay away, Lance.
Pick up line.
I try to, but damn it, they don't listen.
All right, let me introduce the Hardcore Crew. But first, I am the rumor playing. Should I say the video game playing? Rumor starter, reviewer of Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And I am Joseph Skoldrin Knight. And you can find me on Skoldrin's Realm, so check that out. We are live now on my page for some reason, because the HWR chat room didn't let me go in, so we are live now on Skoldrin's Realm on Facebook, and we are live on the HWR show on YouTube, so check us out there. Now let me introduce the crew like I'm supposed to, because I'm on a tangent. He is the incomparable one, the guitar playing, Cajun cooking, Lance Moss, host of Lance Moss TV. How's it going, Lance?
Well, still having those tech issues with the Wednesday night thing, but other than that, I just uploaded a bunch of videos to be released through most of the rest of the year, and fighting the cold. But I'm ready to have some fun tonight.
All right, and talking about fun, he is my partner in professional wrestling. We've been up and down that road. We know the ins and outs of pro wrestling. He is the Uba of Westchester, the IPTV man himself, Johnny Perez. Johnny, welcome Thursday night.
Oh man, Thursday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, it doesn't matter what night it is, Four Corner Rants is the place to be. Why? Because we're here to do one thing, and that's do some damage.
Absolutely. She is the Vicious Vixen from Kentucky's Own Wrestling, who will be at a show this Saturday night for Kentucky's Own Wrestling. And right now we have listening in are the KCW Work Talent. So guys, good luck on Saturday. And she is the Vicious Vixen herself. We know her as Kayla House, but to the fans at KCW, they know her as Zoe Nightshade.
Eat your heart out, boys, and a big shout out to my KZW family. Come check us out in Shopfield this Saturday.
There you go. Buy the shirts. Buy the shirts. We'll send some shirts out there.
Shirt.
Thank you.
And the booty shorts.
I gotta send mine's. I gotta send mine's back. They're too tight. Let's go. And finally, he is the CEO of HWR, the man who runs this asylum.
Tries to.
Or tries to.
It's not the Usos Penitentiary, just for the record.
Yeah, well, it's not the Usos MS-13 Club. He is Rick Head. Rick, welcome to the show.
Always a pleasure to be a part of Hardcore Wrestling Radio's podcast, whether we're doing in the moment, and of course tonight, Four Corner Rants, Extreme Rules, picks and previews. So let's get it going.
All right, well, let's go quickly to the rumor mill, everybody, and we have an action-packed show we have tonight. So, for those listening in, don't forget, like us on Facebook and on YouTube. Follow us on both. Follow us on our individual pages that we'll talk about that later. And we are going to start. According to Fightful, Paul Heyman was backstage at Raw in Boston, in Rick's backyard, and helped write and produce the ongoing segment. Produce the opening segment and Bobby Lashley's interview later in the show. So we know who to blame now for Lashley being given time on the show. Well, let's go to you, Lance. Let's hear that laugh first.
And that just proves one thing. Some things even Paulie Dangerously can't help.
Absolutely. Kayla, what do you think? Paul Heyman now
Oh
in the writing
God.
again, writing.
Well, hopefully Paul can actually school these people in creative that do writing right now, and we can actually get some good shows.
Well, let's hope he could take it to the extreme. And talking about
Yeah.
extreme, Johnny, you know, we know this guy since he was Paulie Dangerously. What do you think? You think he's that? You think that's going to help the WWE? And what about Lashley's interview? Yeah, he's really full of that.
Deep insight. Huh?
Let's. You know what it is? He's at his son's martial arts school, so you to know, mess with us.
He's getting chopped in the throat.
Yeah, he's getting chopping at the world. Let's go to you, Rick. What do you think about Paul Lee and Bobby Lashley's interview?
Well, Bobby Lashley, he's Bobby Lashley, but as far as Paul Heyman writing things out and just, he's always been somebody who knows the business, knows how to kind of antagonize people. He's always been the antagonist. And of course, he was in ECW, and I think a lot of people said that, it was money issues. His creative and concepts, they were working, and, I have all the faith in the world in Paul Heyman.
All right. Well, and we're going to continue going now with another rumor. The Greatest Royal Rumble is now, they're doing a second one, and the wife is calling. So, Rick, take over.
They are doing the second Greatest Royal Rumble. Is this going to be like a new fucking thing now?
Well, maybe instead of the big guy going underneath the ring, he may go over the ring.
Yeah, no shit.
Slide job.
And I'm surprised they didn't capitalize on, they did Titus Worldwide. Only in one shirt, Titus World Slide. That should have been his entrance.
Or at least get him a sponsorship with Slip and Slide. I mean, hey, it's summertime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, at first I called him tumbling Titus O'Neil because the motherfucker's clumsy like crazy. And he wonders why he can't wrestle and he gets nowhere.
I'm back.
Oh my God.
What are we at right now? Oh, yeah.
Well, right now we were talking about Paul Heyman and how he's great with creative, and then of course we talked about Titus O'Neil and Titus World Slide, which is act the greatest Royal Rumble, and two of them. Two Royal Rumbles is crazy.
Well, now they're talking about 2 WrestleManias.
That's the stupidest.
Why?
thing.
Why? That is ridiculous.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't. The way WWE thinks right now, they can do one over in pretty much here in the United States, and then they could do one over there in whatever part of the country they go to. So,
The greatest WrestleMania?
yep, that's probably. Don't give it to them. They probably will do that. So,
All rights reserved.
so we're going to go quickly around the table because we still got a lot of stuff to talk and do our picks. So, Lance, what do you think? Another WrestleMania.
Big fucking crock of bullshit. It's like having 2 Super Bowls. Don't fucking do it.
Yeah, it kind of lessens the extravaganza that is WrestleMania. What about you, Rick?
I think we lost.
I'm sorry. When I heard that, my brain just was freezing over, so it took a second to melt. Unfucking believable. So what is it gonna be like? WrestleMania. Like, are they gonna do? What are we on? 35, 36 now?
35's next year, yeah.
So it's gonna be 35 and 36, or it's gonna be 35.5.
No, it'll
Come
be.
think of it. If they shorten the March or April WrestleMania down to a reasonable length, then sure. But 2 8-hour WrestleManias, hell no.
Well, put it like
That's
this:
a
one
lot.
will be the regular WrestleMania with the numbers, and the other one will be known as the Greatest WrestleMania.
Oh God, no! My brain is hurting. I'm sorry. I would rather have Dixie Carter go back into wrestling.
This is why I drink during these shows.
I agree.
WrestleMania.
I agree.
During
Dixie
WrestleMania.
Carter should come back. That lady from Designing Women should be fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fucking Jesus Christ. A bum on the street would have better wrestling ideas. It's like, is WWE that fucking desperate? They have taken, the Big Four is legendary. Since I was a kid, and keep in mind I'm 47, I've watched every single Royal Rumble, every single Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and of course the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. So was this gonna be like the other granddaddy?
It's gonna be the grandmommy.
We got two granddaddies.
No, it's gonna be the grandmommy. Over in the over in the YouTube page, Johnny Suede says KCW will be doing its 11-year anniversary. It's this Saturday in Shopville, Kentucky. So Kayla will go into that and tell everybody more about it and maybe give us a rundown of her show so we can keep up to date on what's going on in the indie scene. Now,
you know it.
let's go into another thing. Extreme Rule plans to set Daniel Bryan up to face either Kane or Miz at SummerSlam. The direction they choose will be another sign of how WWE feels the contract negotiations with Bryan are going. So, let's go to you, Rick, first. And it will be, I think, I lean more towards The Miz myself.
I agree, only because, again, this past SmackDown, they had a little bit of interaction, because they brought Team Hell No in, and oh my god, that was a fucking hot mess when that started off. I don't know which is worse, the reuniting of Team Hell No, or the Bailey and Sasha fucking, anger management therapy.
Bailey and Sasha.
Bailey and Sasha, thanks for just how much I choose to ignore it. It's like a fucking bad hemorrhoid. You want it to be gone, and then every now and then it's like, oh shit. But in all seriousness, the Kane and Daniel Bryan, I think Daniel Bryan will wind up going with The Miz. As far as the whole negotiations thing, I don't know. I'm at odds with that. I think we'll know it happens until it happens. We can make all the speculations in the world, but, So, that's that.
Absolutely. Let's go to you, Lance. It is, either Kane or The Miz, and looks like they're going to push it better for The Miz because I think it's going to be a way better match.
Yeah, I mean, granted, Kane is is in politics in this state, but one, they have way more of a backstory with The Miz that the fans literally want to see Daniel Bryan get his damn hands on that sumbitch, and two, Daniel Bryan and Kane one-on-one, it's been done.
Absolutely. Let's go to you. And for the record, we're going to call you Zoe now because that's what the KCW guys are saying, to call you Zoe. So we're going to call you Zoe.
That works
From now
for me.
on, Zoe.
There we go. Big shout out to my boy Dark Suede in the chat. Anyhow, I want to see Miz versus Daniel Bryan. I want to see them to go in there and just go at it, rip each other's heads off. This has been broiling for over a year now, ever since that big, interaction they had on Talking Smack. I want to see it.
Another thing they can shoot at each other on, Daniel Bryan is at times on Total Bellas, while The Miz is coming out with his own show, Miz and Mrs. So that could spill over to either show. So that might go a whole different direction, Johnny.
Absolutely.
My God, the Daniel Bryan's daughter has the Miz's daughter in a headlock.
To me, it's all publicity for the shows. You know what I'm saying? I see it that they're gonna go with the Miz. This way, people are gonna start watching his show, and they'll probably keep watching the Total Bellas because that show sucks anyway. They need freaking ratings. But I see it as a promotional deal, which is very small on the part of the WWE. So I see him picking the Miz, plain and simple. Him and Kane is done with, over with. It's just boring. I say the Miz. The Miz is very entertaining. He's got the show coming out. It's very smart. I'm picking the Miz.
If I could kick in, actually, it's a little funny. If you guys all remember, about, I'd say 2 weeks back, there was rumors that Nia Jax had heat in the back. Well, if you looked at, I think it was either Total Divas, the quote-unquote heat started is when it was Nia getting in. Well, she didn't really get in her face in Maurice's. And she asked her, "Have you ever been in a gauntlet match?" And she took it the wrong way. She was getting all defensive, and then started, insulting her. "I've been here for how long? Yeah. What have you done?" And you could just see it walking away, and even like Sasha's looking around, like, not Sasha. I'm sorry.
Nia.
Nia Jax,
Yeah, Nia Jax, but there was also, oh my god, I can't think of her name, Alexa Bliss. She's standing there looking around, like, trying to, look disturbed, but I think she's looking around like, my god, this already sucks, Help me, help me! So the heat in the back, I call bullshit.
Yeah, it's like...
Absolutely.
It's like, watching these shows and all that, you feel like the fly on the web. Help me! Help me! You just want to get the fuck off that show. And another thing real quick, another sign that Daniel Bryan might be staying around longer is that he's being advertised for more SmackDown tapings. So he's been advertised September 4th in Detroit, several days after his contract is supposed to expire. So that's another indication that maybe he's sticking around. And it's, you make all this fuss that you want to wrestle, now you're wrestling. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to see that going. One thing on the final topic of the rumors, and I think this is going to get Zoe's day, is PWI Insider has reported that Dean Ambrose was in Birmingham, Alabama, working on his return to the ring. WrestleVolt say they've heard he won't be back until after SummerSlam, likely in September.
Damn.
So let's go to she's already the vicious vixen's out to kill us.
That is killing me. The suspense. He's such a tease, I'm telling you. That makes me actually really aggravated because my husband is a truck driver and he's actually in Birmingham, Alabama right now.
Oh, he can always kidnap Dean Ambrose for you.
Nope, trust me. No.
That'd be almost a threat to the marriage.
Yeah, right? He'll tie him up somewhere. Oh, my wife has Google Eyes for you. You're going over the hill. Over the cliff.
I was going to say, if you're going to tie him up, make sure it's not in the house. God knows, Taylor's going to be like, hey, wow, great, even better.
I can't wait.
Yeah, let him do that, because then we can have Renee Young.
Yeah.
No, you guys can have her. You keep that little flat took
the words out of my mouth.
Nice.
All right.
But I can't wait till he comes back because we all know that whenever Dean Ambrose has been out of action, he's got that itch to get back in the ring. He comes back guns a-blazing.
Absolutely. You know what? We're done with the rumors. Let's go on to one of the main topics tonight really quick. And Rick is going to take over for this. WWE Divas, former Divas champion Celeste Caitlin Bonin has returned to the WWE, and it's in the Mae Young Classic. Rick, take it away.
Well, this is what she had to say, and this is during an interview. She says, the thing that got me through as a rookie in the WWE was the thing that allowed me to achieve my level of success was my attitude. And looking back now, I'm coming back with experience. I certainly am nervous as the level of competition is so much higher, and there are so many more different women from around the world that bring their wrestling skills. It's so exciting. Since I came back, I've had the opportunity to work backward and really nail down the fundamentals and the basics. I lacked my first run with the WWE. Now I'm bringing wholly new home developed skills that I've acquired recently, and I'm combining that with my fearless attitude. And I'm
Go ahead.
And the thing is when she left, it seemed to be abrupt. Like, we didn't see it coming, and at the time, she was successful. She was really hot, and it was just kind of a weird thing that she left. And the fact that she's coming back after her divorce, call me crazy, but that's a little too much of a convenience. Coincidence.
You know what, Rick? It could be a possibility that she is, you know, I think that she needed some to motivate her right after. And I think this is something that after the divorce, she probably said she needed to focus on something, and they gave her the opportunity. So here we are, and we are, you know, having her back. Now, is she officially back as Caitlyn?
Well, that is the rumor that she's coming back as Caitlyn. I don't know if she might be insisted on Celeste Bonin. You know, we've seen WWE kind of bring wrestlers back, but under their ring name. Even in the Hall of Fame, you know, they didn't call him like Scott Hall. They brought him back as Razor Ramon. They call him Scott Hall, but he's under the, you know, they're in the Hall of Fame. So they're gonna probably try to stick with Caitlyn.
All right. And let's go with the other guys around everybody around the table here. Zoe, let's go with you. What do you think of Caitlyn returning fresh with more experience?
I think that it's going to be a great move on her. You could tell even when she was down in NXT doing these stupid, idiotic little challenges that they made the girls do. The girl loves the business. She has a natural talent for it. I think she's going to come back as Caitlyn. I can't wait to see what she brings back with her. I'm excited.
All right, let's go to you, Lance. What do you think?
Well, when I first heard about this, I was like, hey, if she wants to come back, cool, more power to her. And hey, Caitlyn, maybe you can talk your former wrestling best friend into coming back, Miss Lee.
Yes.
Well, that would be...
I can't help it. Y'all know I have a fetish for AJ Lee. It is what it is.
You know, I don't think she's ever going to really get... Well, while she's with Phil Brooks or CM Punk, whatever you want to call him, CM Chump, I like to call him.
It ain't hard to whoop his ass. I've seen him get his ass whooped doggy style twice.
Yeah. I honestly think, you know, and most spouses have, when one wrestler leaves, the spouse, you know, quickly follows. And even CM Punk, when doing interviews, he says my wife. He doesn't announce or anything. And when she's at interviews promoting her book, she says Phil. So I find that a little weird. Maybe it could just be, you know, CM Punk wanting to focusing on himself or whatever. But if for some reason it was a breakup, I could see AJ coming back.
Hey, baby, I'll be right here for you.
All right, you know what? Let's go into the final topic, and then we will go into our Extreme Rules picks. Despite the heated rivalry between Sasha Banks and Bayley, they do not have an Extreme Rules match, which is building up all this thing on with this phony psychiatrist, getting all this done, and yet they won't even put them on a pay-per-view because they know their match sucks. Let's go to you, Zoe.
Nice save, Joe. Nice save.
There you go.
Let's hear it. As far as the feud itself, for me, it's all boring. As far as them not having a match at Extreme Rules, that just means, you know, it's another chance for Bayley not to be injured. So there you go.
Or not to lose another match.
Well, anybody's in the ring with Sasha most likely get injured.
That is true.
Right.
It's like they have to have extra medical staff around ringside just for her matches.
Jeez.
You know, that reminds me of Jesse Brooks there, Joe. You remember that one?
Oh, God. Put like this is a girl that nearly broke her neck doing a move to Nikki Adams. So, you know.
Well, Sasha did break somebody's neck. You know, Paige.
Yeah, jeez.
No, actually, he re-injured it because I think they brought Paige back a little too soon. I think she should have stayed out,
You know,
but that's that.
Yeah, but it was the incompetence of Snoop Dogg's little cousin's niece, whatever, that caused the injury. So I put the blame fully on Sasha, and I think that's why they're chumping her out right now. So they actually find something to do, because let's face it, she has nothing to offer. She's a good, let me just say, she's a good talent when she's under control. Her promos are not great, you know, but she's got the talent. She likes to put her body on the line, and everybody else is. But you know,
you,
go ahead, everybody.
you-
This is
you-
free open. Go ahead.
I think it would be a great gimmick if they have her walking down and they have medics with a gurney following her. Every time.
Yeah, let her be the crippler Sasha Banks.
That's too close to something else, Joe. That of he who shall not be named.
Well, they don't have to call it the rabid kitty cat or something like that. They don't. Yeah. All right, guys, we are now in the session of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, which is this Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard on the WWE Network. Check out the WWE Network to get that. We won't be streaming the pay-per-view, so if you're watching the show, definitely go to, definitely
Pay
the
your
network.
$10, you cheap bastards.
Yeah,
For only $9.99.
exactly. Or you could get one of Johnny's stream boxes.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
For now.
$9.99.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start picking these off, and then we will go through it. Because I'm going to put it through my perspective if I was booking this. First of all, we have the pre-show. It is the New Day, all three members, taking on all three members of Sanity in a tables match. Am I right, Lance?
I believe so.
All right. And we're going to go around the table with everybody here. And those who are listening onto the program, please put down your opinion of who should win these matches. And again, it is the New Day versus Sanity. Lance, let's start with you.
Because they're still new to the main roster, I'm giving it to Sanity.
All right, my pick would be Sanity as well. Let's go to you, Zoe.
My pick is actually gonna be New Day.
All right. Well, let's go to you, Johnny. What about you, New Day or Sanity?
New Day rocks. New.
There
Day
we
rocks.
go.
All right, we're right now tied. We're up to the tiebreaker himself, Rick. You're in the position now. You're in the gorilla position. Which one?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Again, I have to agree with Sanity. Eric Young is a great, great talent. And the Juggernaut, the big guy with like all the hair on him, I still haven't figured out all their names. But they're great. They are absolutely on the stream. If you have them walk up and get killed on a pay-per-view,
And there's no problem. So if these guys and girls, well, I should say it's just the guys because I forget there's no the other member of Sanity is not there. So, pretty much, I think what we're going to look at is definitely this has got to be a win for the Sanity group. So, I think right now we're kind of 3-2 split. Let's go on to the next match. It is Finn. Now, mind you, everybody who's watching, this is not one brand exclusive pay-per-view. This is both brands competing on the same pay-per-view with their talent. So it's not like we're not going to see any crossovers in this show. But here's a Raw match. Finn Balor will be taking on the Constable Baron Corbin. While he's okay as the Constable, to me, I don't even care much about the gimmick. I didn't care about him before, and I definitely don't care about him much now because he hasn't still proven anything. But in this, I can see him sneak out a win over Finn Balor, and it building up. Let's go to you, Rick. What do you think?
and random. But Finn Balor lately, he's kind of been getting the short end of the stick. So I could definitely see them giving Balor the win and have Constable Corbin come down and, authorize that something gets, reverse the match, rather controversial ending. And as a Constable, I can change it. Or he may just stick with that and, put Finn Balor through shitloads of matches. So that's how I would do it.
All right, let's go to you, Zoe.
I I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to say Finn Balor, honestly. I just don't see the Constable actually having it. I see it a great chance for him, to be keep doing the heel thing.
I hear you.
All right, so let's go over with the group there with Johnny barking.
Chihuahua.
Well, he may not be barking, but it could be the doggy barking. Johnny,
Yes.
what do you think?
I am not a, you know me, I'm not a big Finn Balor fan, but I don't see Corbin with that name going any further than where he's at now. So,
Basically, you're going for.
I'm gonna go for Baylor. I don't like Baylor. I don't like him, but I'm probably gonna end up shooting for Finn Balor.
All right. Let's go to you, Zoe. Or did we hit you already? It must be the whiskey.
Yeah, you got me.
All right, Lance Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Finn Balor because I don't see corporate Corbin. He just don't do nothing for me.
All right. Yeah, again,
I like his sass.
Yeah, that's the only thing he's probably got going for him. And at least that he finally, Rick, cut his hair.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was
he
about
looks
time.
Good ball.
Yeah, he does. And I can speak from experience because I was going balding at a very early age. I tried cutting it short. I finally saw a picture of myself and I'm like, oh my god, I'm hideous. So I just shaved my head straight out, and it sucks because you have to manage. As I'm getting older, I just don't give a shit. I got the little hoop around the head thing, so
there you go.
that's pretty much it.
Well, if you do the one mohawk, and you have Jen do the hawk mohawk, you both can plug into each other.
Or he could always grow it out, bleach blonde, or dye it bleach blonde, and then put a bandana on.
There you go.
Shit.
Walk around going, brother, 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 brother.
Hey, I can even order the red and yellow little flock thing. What the fuck that thing's
The
called?
boa?
Yeah, there you go.
The boa.
Yeah.
Let's go for the boa. All right. Well, let's start off with one of the tag team titles that's going to be on the line. It is the Raw Tag Team Championship. It is the leader of worlds, the Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, taking on, in my opinion, one of the most funniest teams ever, the B Team. I enjoyed their mocking the leader of worlds, and I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna make it official. It is gonna be the B Team who's gonna walk away with these titles. Mark my words, they're gonna find a way to do it, and they will win this title. Let's go to you, Rick. What do you think?
Honestly, for me, this one is a coin tosser. You can either it can swing either way because right now, you have the sheep that's over with this whole, the leader of the worlds thing, and the B Team that's just starting to come up, and yeah, they're hilarious. They have the fans' attention, but unfortunately, when you have a comedic couple or tag team, they tend to go south. Very few of hilarious characters or groups or whatever move forward. So time will tell.
All right, let's go to you, Zoe. We have the leader of worlds or the best team. That's what the B stands for.
I'm going to go with B Team. They're getting a lot more airtime, and they're actually doing pretty good inside the ring. I'm going to say B Team all the way.
Absolutely. Again, they're doing their segments of mimicking the leader of worlds. It's funny when you look at the way they set it up, Lance. They have Curtis Axel portraying Matt Hardy, and what a stroke of genius that they took Bo Dallas, who is actually the brother of Bray Wyatt, and
It's almost like they're for anybody that don't know, it was on. They're probably like, it's almost like they're related. He can get his voice dead on. But yeah, I honestly, because I kind of see the way that the B team are going, but I still got to go with the leaders of worlds.
All right, let's go to you, Johnny. What do you think? The B team, are they going to pull it off, or you think that Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy are going to keep these titles?
Huh.
Yeah, very insightful.
Deep thought.
They must have chopped him.
Guys, hold on. You talking to me?
Yes.
I'm talking to my neighbor.
No, the other Johnny.
Yeah, don't bother Johnny. He's shaking the neighbor down for money.
Actually, my dad's neighbors used to work for US. What was it called again? USA Pro Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking.
Oh.
We just started talking about wrestling and everything. I forgot that you guys were even there.
Sure, look at that. How much he loves us, folks.
We mean nothing to him.
He must be deleted. Yes.
So what match are we talking about?
We're talking about the leader of worlds, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, taking on the B team of Curtis Axel and Bo Leave Dallas.
Being the track record of the Bo Leave and Curtis Axel, I see them losing, and I see Delete and his partner retaining the titles. Absolutely.
All right, so we got that down. The majority, I would say, for the leader of worlds. Let's move on to the next match. And it is a women's championship match, and I think this is going to be one that I'm going to watch with great interest. It is the SmackDown Women's Championship. It is defending champion Carmella. We never thought we would ever say those words. Taking on the destruction of Asuka with James Ellsworth suspended high, Lance, like the old Memphis days in a shark cage.
Yeah. Which they might want to put bars on that shark cage so they don't have Enzo pull James Ellsworth pull an Enzo.
Yeah, oh God, that's all we need. I can see him trying to squeeze his way out of it.
He wouldn't have a chin to get stuck through him.
Now, I'm going to put it this way. My pick normally would have been Asuka, but I think they're going to save that for SummerSlam. So I can actually see Carmella edging out a win here with somehow James Ellsworth doing something from the shark cage. Lance, what do you think?
Well, yeah, the only thing he's going to be doing up there is pissing himself. But anyway, I'm going to go with Asuka's going to kill her.
Well, I think she will kill her, but I don't think she'll win the belt. All right, so that's Asuka for Lance. Let's go to Zoe.
Oh, God. I really, really want to say Asuka, but somehow or another it's going to be Carmella. And I could see James Ellsworth suspended high up there, take his hat off, and, pull out this big brick of butter and try to, squeeze his way out. Buttering up the bars.
Well, let's hope that he pulls out butter and not something else from between his legs.
And probably bust his ass. I can see him just accidentally dropping his bust ass.
Right.
Worst case scenario, he slips out of his little red tidy shorts.
Oh my God! I'm not gonna let this down.
Joe, you bastard.
All right, so Zoe, come on, which one?
Carmella.
Yeah, you could tell the enthusiasm in her voice.
Just the love in her voice.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to Johnny. Hopefully he's not shaking the neighbor down. Make it.
Johnny!
Dude!
Wake up! Sorry about that, man. I'm over here bullshitting again.
Shit.
Tell them to join the chat if they want bullshit.
Yeah, come on.
What match you talking about?
We're talking about Carmella taking on Asuka, and James Ellsworth is suspended in a little ring. Remember those little NWA cages above the ring?
Absolutely, I remember those. Jim Cornette kind, yeah. I remember.
So who's your pick, Asuka or Carmella?
Asuka, definitely Asuka.
Huh.
Definitely. My neighbor's saying no, but I'm saying Oscar.
Your neighbor's wrong.
Your neighbor's smart.
All right.
Oh,
Well, you know what? I think we got what? 3 for Oscar. Well, 2 for Oscar and 2 for Carmella. So,
No.
And
Rick-
one neighbor who don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to you, Rick. You are the tiebreaker once again.
You know, obviously, I think we're all in agreement, regardless who wins or loses, that James Ellsworth is going to be a part of the, some kind of a factor. If you guys remember this past Tuesday, he sprayed mace or some kind of like something, in Asuka's face, which kind of blinded her, which is why she took the loss. And that's where they decided to do the shot cage. So it's very easy to drop that down. When that happens, it's whoever gets it first is going to get the win. Or if Carmella feels she's losing, she may spray her, where Asuka gets the win and she loses. It really comes down to who gets that spray.
Absolutely. And if Asuka uses it on her, it's a disqualification. So it's a win-win for Carmella. So
Exactly.
now let's go a little bit of history here. There has been throughout wrestling history many times where individuals have been locked in a little shark cage and still aided their, mostly it was managers who aided their people, their charges. Most commonly, Jim Cornette always tossed the Midnight Express's tennis racket. James J. Dillon, who managed the Four Horsemen back in the 80s, always supplied them with some brass knuckles or some roll of coins. Jimmy Hart always found a way to drop something to adorable Adrian Adonis or even Terry Funk. So he even threw stuff at the Honky Tonk Man, who got the edges over the Macho Man in their match. So this shark cage has a good history. Lance, anybody else you could think of who's been in a shark cage?
Well, most prominently in WWE, there was a cage match on Raw between Isaac Yankem, or as we all know him today, Kane, and Bret Hart, and King Jerry Lawler was suspended above the cage.
Well, there you go. And
And
then
don't forget Enzo Amore squeezing his little butt out of the cage.
oh yeah, we forgot about Enzo. Go ahead, Rick.
If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while, but I believe also Impact Wrestling's done that a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'd have to check and look so people can tell me, Rich, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or remind me and say, yeah, it was this match. So
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I think it was like 1 or 2. It was at a pay-per-view, and I know you didn't watch NXT. Not NXT. I know you weren't into Impact Wrestling or TNA's pay-per-views. You'd watch them here and there, but anyways, that's that.
All right. So, by the way, Rick, so you're pretty much open when it comes to whichever the Asuka or Carmella match.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip.
Like I
for
said,
you.
I think Carmella is actually going to retain the title, hook or crook.
Okay. So let's go to another match, and it is the other women's championship, the Raw Women's Championship. Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, will be taking on the indestructible force of Nia. Anything can be used around you: chairs, tables, kendo sticks, whatever. Now, as far as I know, Ronda Rousey is supposed to have bought a ticket at ringside for this show. So if that happens, I can see her interjecting herself and maybe going one way or the other, or taking out both. Let's not forget Mickie James is always lurking around, and there is the Natalya, who's been a big part of this whole scenario as well. So I think I'm going to look at this right now, and I'm going to say it's going to be some sort of mishap that's going to knock out Nia Jax. And I hate to say that because Nia deserves being a longer champion. But I got to go with my little Bliss, Alexa Bliss. She's going to walk away with the championship one more time, shaking those little plastic boobies of hers. Let's go to Zoe.
Okay, so this is how it's going to go down in my book, okay? I kind of feel like Natalya's going to come out there to help Nia, of course. Somehow or another, her leg is going to... Well, Nia's going to chase Mickie James over the barrier, and she's going to take and have Ronda Rousey taken care of, with Alexa Bliss being able to get Nia back into the ring to steal a win.
There you go. So far, it's 2 for the Blisser. Let's go to the Lance Man.
Well, since this is the irresistible force of Nia Jax versus the immovable objects of, well, Alexa Bliss's new plastic surgery, I'm going to go with Little Miss Bliss.
There you go.
Yeah.
With Little Mrs. Bliss flotation devices.
Yeah. And Alexa, if you don't, come here, baby. I'll be the one to console you.
Let's go. Let's go to Johnny, who's probably still arguing with the neighbor.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Which one, bro? Alexa Bliss or Nia Jax?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Nia Jax. I love Little Miss Bliss. It's a little sweetheart, but I think Nia Jax is gonna demolish it. She'll end up getting the win. My neighbor's shaking his head no. I'm saying yes. So, and his wife is
They doing.
there we go.
Your neighbor.
They were doing a live version of yes, no, yes, no. All right, Rick. Let's have your vote. Little Miss Bliss or Nia?
I see. Little Miss Bliss is definitely going to steal it because, Ronda Rousey already lost to Nia Jax. Or it was disqualification or something like that. So she got technically the win, but she didn't pin anybody at that aspect. So I think that we're gonna see obviously Ronda Rousey jump in, get involved somehow, and it's probably gonna get Nia Jax distracted, and then hence Little Miss Bliss getting the win, shake it, and then they'll have a match. I'm referring to Rousey and Bliss at SummerSlam, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll probably fall into another multi-women's match because Nia's going to interfere sometime during that show. Let's go on to the other championship. Notice there's a lot of championships on the line here. All championships are on the line except for one, and we know why.
Brock!
That douchebag.
You missed one, Lance. What was the last name?
Lesnar!
Thank you. He had a dramatic pause there, folks. And for those who are wondering why he's doing that, I can't remember his name now. That's how we remember it. Tony Atlas.
Oh, okay. I was going to try and make the save.
Yeah, Tony Atlas laughs like that. And since him and Bobby Lashley look the same, or how I call Bobby Lashley the adult Webster, if you remember the old Webster cartoons show back in the 80s, he just looks just like that. But we'll talk about that loser later. It is for the United States Championship. It is Jeff Hardy, which we're slowly starting to see the Nero part come out, versus the ball breaker himself, Shinsuke, I'm gonna crush your balls, Nakamura. I think this is gonna go straight to Nakamura. Personally, I think they kept him out of they pretty much kept him away from AJ Styles Universal WWE World Championship. I think as a favor for AJ. So to repay that favor, I think they're gonna award him the United States Championship. That's gonna be my pick. So the Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be your new United States champion. Let's go to you, Johnny.
Yes, talk to me.
Shows how interesting this match is.
Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke. Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh my God! What does my neighbor think? He's okay. They're both going for Shinsuke Nakamura.
I love Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
She is a smart woman.
I am not a Shinsuke Nakamura fan, but Jeff Hardy is getting old. Nakamura needs some wins, so I'm going to have to agree with them all.
All right, so we got a huge vote there for Shinsuke Nakamura. For those listening on both on the YouTube page, HWR Show, and the Scoldrins Realm page for HWR, put down your comments on who you feel is going to win these matches as well. We would love to hear from you. Let's go to you, Lance Man.
Well, since the way he's been acting, he might be back on drugs and won't feel a nut shot. I'm going to say Jeff's retaining.
All right. Let's go to you, Rick. Yeah.
Delightful.
Sorry about that. Well, you mentioned earlier.
You guys talking to me?
No.
No.
Go stand in the corner.
Pay attention.
I think, like when you said, Jeff Hardy's looking for his other inner brother Nero. That's not entirely true. He actually had the same look long before the broken Hardy, woken Smarty, Hardy. He's smoking Hardy, whichever you want to call it. Yeah. So I can say, but I have to agree, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to get the win. Jeff Hardy kind of held on to it for a little while. If not, if we see Jeff Hardy win, that means Shinsuke Nakamura is already on the downslide.
Yeah, Shinsuke needs this match, and I believe that's what's going to happen. All right, Zoe.
I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura.
You see that? She favors the Japanese.
Begrudgingly.
No speak English.
Me no speak English. What the? Hey, why is my check wrong? Oh shit! We're still on camera. Wait, the bastard did not pay me all my money.
You son of a bitch.
That's kind of sound like Super Mario with a Japanese accent. You son of a bitch.
It does.
Oh God! And we wonder why we got kicked in the HWR chat room. We can't post our videos.
Hey,
it's better than him having an Indian accent. Can you imagine that? And
I have no comment on that one.
And I'm not talking about hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Not that Indian. I'm talking about the ones that you call, ask for tech support, and they said, "Thank you for calling. I am George Washington." So,
speaking of which, I know this is kind of totally off the subject, but what the hell is going on with Jinder Mahal? He's looking for this inner spirit. I'm like, huh?
Notice, he's another one that hasn't got a match on this show after changing his gimmick.
Well, it's okay. He shouldn't even won the title, but hey.
Right.
He is channeling his inner Gandhi. I am Gandhi. Damn it, and I am in the form of Jinder Mahal. We're going to...
Oh, Jesus.
Steroids Mahal.
Yeah, Mahal.
Seriously, like somebody threw a hot dog at him. Snap.
we're going to give you everything, and then at the end, my little friend right here, the Singh brother, is going to go and take care of your tech support problems. You know what?
Just make sure you keep running the Orton away from him. He shits himself every time he sees him.
Yeah, exactly. I can never see. I can never see an Indian guy rob a bank, here in America, because I think they'll laugh the shit out of him. Can you imagine the two Indian guys drive up in the car, and it's like the one guy goes in, a few minutes later he comes back, and he's like, the other guy's telling him, "Where is the money?" The other guy says, "I did not get the money." "Why? Did you show them the note?" "I showed them the note." "Did you show them the gun?" "I showed them the gun." And what happened? They started laughing at me. They said, why do you have a computer then?" They thought I was tech support. Look at them. They're still laughing at us. All right. Back now that we made fun of the Indian people, Pakistan will never let us in. We're back to the Extreme Rules. So here we are. You know what? One more thing. Imagine if this
Hell
show, imagine if this show was done in India. Everybody would have great seats because they'll have flying carpets. It'll be a whole new world.
That's twitter.com/@0619.
Aha, that's where you're wrong. It's twitter.com @Skoldren. Oh, shit. Maybe I should have not said that.
There.
At least nobody can call me a liar in my status updates because I did post on it. We may even get off topic. There you go.
There you go.
Just might. There's a small chance.
We'll fuck with the Scottish later. They're great engineers. Ask Scotty. All right, back to engineering. Back to the Intercontinental Championship. That's the next title on the line. It is the current champion, Dolph. I look like Shawn Michaels Ziggler, taking on former champion Seth. I'm glad I'm out of the Shield Rollins in a 30-minute WWE Iron Man match. Now, I thought we already had this because we see so many of their fucking rematches every Monday night. I don't want to see another 30 minutes of these two. Rick, maybe I'm wrong, but I think enough is enough. If they're going to do something, I would have rather see a ladders match with the title being suspended above. That would have been more interesting than watching them wrestle all over again.
Well, either way, you're seeing them wrestle all over again, and personally, I think they work well together. Ziggler, unfortunately, continues to get the shit under the stick. I think the IC title, unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's got to go to Rollins. That's just my thoughts.
I'm going to go quickly. I'm going to say my pick is still going to be the Zigman. So I think he's going to keep it because he'll sometimes make the better champions, and I think that we're going to see that. So we're split right there. Let's go to you, Lance Man. Which one are you going for?
I think this has a chance to be best match of the night because of how well these two guys work together. I'm going to give it to Dolph because I think it's time for Seth to start chasing a world title.
Absolutely. Well, let's go to you, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. I love Seth Rollins. I think he's a fantastic talent. He's a great world champion. He deserves the title. Give him one more run before he goes after the world title. So I mean, who's his opponent again?
Ziggler.
Ziggler, yes. I'm sorry, Mr. KFC.
KFC.
Didn't he do the KFC guy?
Yeah, he was. Everybody was the KFC guy. Even Reba McEntire.
Yeah, Goldust.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
R-Truth at one point. Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Now, that's something racist when you have a black man eating fried chicken on TV.
Get into that, Joe.
What?
Enzo was too.
How you doing?
Maybe Tony Atlas will be the next one.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. I think he deserves another run at the title. I might pick a Seth.
Alrighty. Well, let's go to you, Rick Meister.
Well, again, I think we already talked about that. You already gave me a shot, but like I said, Seth Rollins. And keep in mind, last night on SmackDown, there was a stipulation that it was Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, and if McIntyre lost, he would be banned from ringside. Surprisingly, not only did they give McIntyre the win, they gave him a clean win against Seth Rollins. So that shows where they want to go with the WWE wants him to go in the right direction. So clearly, you got to keep in mind, he is a factor. He's that X factor.
And that's a good point. I did not even bring that up because I forgot about Drew McIntyre. Him definitely being at ringside is going to be one of those things that he might contribute to help Ziggler win a couple of falls. But I think when it comes to the nitty-gritty of it, I can see the referee throw him out and Rollins gets the win. But I think right now they're going to focus on Ziggler keeping that title so Rollins can move on to something bigger and better. Finally, last but not least, let's go to the Vicious Vixen herself. Zoe, what do you think?
I mean, I'm really excited to see this match because they went at it so many times, and every time they do, it's awesome. They throw some high flying moves in there. And I'm sorry, Rick, don't take it the wrong way. It happened on Raw, not SmackDown this past week. The
And it was more than
stipulation.
that last
Oh, my bad. You were right. My bad. You said about Raw. Okay.
But now I am going to say I kind of feel like it's going to go to Ziggler because somebody's got to get that WWE Universal title belt, and it's going to end up being Seth one day soon.
All right. And folks, again, we will be live this Sunday night with our, commentary and giving away the match results. We will not be streaming the pay-per-view. But if you sit down and you order the pay-per-view and you listen to us, I guarantee the show will probably be a lot better than listening to Michael Cole go at it. Now let's move on to the last tag team title match. It is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Bludgeon Brothers are going to be defending their titles against Team Hell No. It's going to be Kane and Daniel Bryan going against both Bludgeon Brothers. Now here's the thing. Again, I see this as the Team Hell No is going to come so close to winning this, and The Miz is going to interfere, which is going to spark off that feud between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. So I can actually see Miz interferes, does something to Daniel Bryan. Kane will take the loss because, let's face it, folks, Kane is at that stage that
he's a lost cause.
He's the lost cause. He's the guy who's got to get pinned. So I see the Bludgeon Brothers keeping their championship, and Daniel Bryan and The Miz start getting into their feud. Go ahead, take it away, Rick. Let's go on your side now.
Well, I'm with you on the Bludgeon Brothers getting the win because obviously they've been getting a huge push. This Team Hell No, this is a very short-term thing. I don't think The Miz is going to come into play just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the night after Extreme Rules or maybe the week after where they kind of start to rib each other because if that match is going to happen, I'm guessing it's SummerSlam.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to you, Zoe.
I'm sorry, what? I was dealing with the 6-year-old.
She's got the Johnny syndrome.
I'm about to say,
I got the 6-year-old.
We are up to the Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No.
Okay. I see Bludgeon Brothers retaining. Definitely.
Okay, you see The Miz interfering in this at all?
I do, actually. I do see The Miz trying to come in there and taking out Daniel Bryan. Then we might see a Miz and Kane, and then eventually Miz and Daniel Bryan.
There you go. All right. The Lance Man.
Well, because Kane has bigger fish to fry, I'm gonna say this is pretty much just a little one-time shot, but the Bludgeon Brothers retain. And on a little side note, I looked on my phone at Jacobs for Mayor. In Knox County, they just declared it Rusev Day.
Oh, jeez.
What?
And we will talk about Rusev later on. Rick, Johnny, what do you think?
you know what? I feel that the Team Hell No is going to win the titles. Reason being is their last run. You're never going to see the tag team again. I think it's a good thing because on SmackDown, when they come out as the champs, that's when I see the Miz coming down and the Bludgeon Brothers coming down and the feud starting from there as the Bludgeon takes the titles back on Tuesday.
Well, and you know what? That's a good point. Transitional champions give the people the pay-per-view win for Team Hell No, and when they have to get their inevitable rematch, Miz interferes. So that's a good point right there. Let's go on to another match, which is now down to the two main matches for the brands, and then we'll go to the final match. It is Braun Strowman finally sitting down with Kevin Owens inside a steel cage. I'm gonna say this, and fans can laugh all they want. I'm gonna make a point right now. Kevin Owens is gonna come away with the win, and he's gonna just freak out. and do something to beat up on Braun Strowman, or even do something that gets him incapacitated enough that he can maybe chain him to a fence or a gate or something and escape the cage. So my pick is Kevin Owens. Rick, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to say first and foremost, Kevin Owens, not only but he's playing the perfect heel, but he's that the comedic heel. Just how he's always like desperate to do shit, even when he's with Chris Jericho, he always kind of has that heel that you can do nothing but laugh at. As far as who's gonna win, Kevin Owens, but my guess it's gonna be from Braun Strowman throwing him through the cage.
Yeah, there you go. That's another thought that I did not come across. Let's go to you, Lance. What do you think?
Well, Kevin Owens is going to get the shit beat out of him, and Braun Strowman's going to win. Unless, like Rick said, he accidentally throws Kevin Owens through the damn cage.
Which would be amusing to see.
Oh, it'd be fun in hell.
Let's go to you, Zoe. What do you think?
I have to go with the big man all the way. Braun Strowman is going to win this, and I would absolutely love it if a porta potty came into play, just so I could hear that voice again, that anybody in there?
Yeah, no one's in here but us chickens.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to. You brought up that point, and I gotta say, when they did the porta potty spot, I thought it was great. For the blue, I would have laughed my ass off that was like shit brown.
Yeah,
Yes.
it should have been.
They should have done it.
Or at least green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even
Blue and brown make green.
Like baby poop, brown, green.
Yeah.
Or at least.
Really just have the toilet paper all over them and everything.
Oh hell! At least throw some
like
lemon.
open a little can of corn and throw it in it.
You know what the
Yeah. Hey.
problem is, though? Unfortunately, WWE lives in such a politically correct lifestyle. You're not going to see that kind of bullshit.
Some of this is why we have corporate sponsors.
And the funny thing is, not too long ago, imagine back a couple of years ago, when they had the Spirit Squad still there, how they used to just rain the poop on these guys all the time.
Yeah.
So, again, that's one of those things where, they just, and it wasn't real poop, it was just, fake poop, but still it was, yeah, but they certain, they could have done it this time. All right, Johnny, Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens?
Oh, that's a tough one, man. Braun Strowman's a crazy beast. Anybody would be crazy to get in the ring with him, let alone a cage. I'm gonna have to see that accidental throw out of the cage win for Kevin Owens, either over the top or through the door.
Oh, can you imagine Braun Strowman grabs him on the top and just throws him off, and he crashes through the announce tables? That's exiting the cage, all right.
The Spanish.
I can hear Jim Ross right now. Good Lord, he's been broken in half.
He killed him. It's got him. He's gonna be broken in half.
All right, guys.
He killed him.
Jeez. All right. We went from the highs. Now we're going to go to the low. It is Roman Reigns.
Damn, I got broken down.
Yeah, we got Roman Reigns taking on none other than Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
You keep quiet. We'll get to you in a moment.
Now he listens.
Yeah. I don't care for this match. I really don't care for either one of these guys. Bobby Lashley, when he even makes a mean-looking face, is something that you laugh at his face, and you might hurt his feelings. Yeah. To me, I could care less. I wouldn't even. To me, it's a toss-up. I don't even care which one wins. Johnny, you said Bobby Lashley, right?
Yeah, I don't like Roman Reigns. Fuck him.
All right. Quick to the point. Zoe, let's go to you.
I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns, but you guys can wake me up after the match and tell me who won.
Oh, geez. I'm yawning already because of thinking of that match. All right, Lance, man.
given where they're probably going to put it on the card, I'm probably going to be half drunk by the time this match happens. So I really don't give a shit. Let's fuck them both.
Rick, are you joining the we don't give a shit ship?
We don't give. You know what? I won't give a shit because by that time I'll make sure I'm smoking 3 bowls a week instead of 1. I'll be like, yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
But who's gonna win?
This is just an idea. On every match, we're all entitled to one. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I see Bobby Lashley getting the win. The only, this is like an X factor, is that Brock Lesnar is gonna make a shocking appearance and distract Roman.
You know what? Or he can do an appearance and get in the face of Bobby Lashley. 2 MMA stars going at it. We already know that next year Brock Lesnar is getting a shot at the UFC title again. So we can definitely bet that this is going to be his swan song when he finally is done with the Universal Championship, at least for now. And we definitely need to see that title move around a bit. So, alright, so you know what? Again, we all agreed nobody gives a damn about this match.
You know what? We can only hope to the wrestling gods that this is match number 1.
And,
right.
and that's
Pre-show.
it.
Put on pre-show.
Leave JBL out of this.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the main, in my opinion, what should be the main event of the night, it is the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Current champion AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, taking on Rusev Days himself, Rusev, and most likely he'll have either Aiden English in his corner and Lana. So I'm going to go straight on the cord right here. I'm going to say this is going to go straight at still AJ Styles retains his title, because I think right now they need a champion that can be strong and that they can be powerful enough to keep the company going. AJ fits that. And you know what? We have Ryan Arnold watching us on the HW on Four Corner Rants Skoldrin's Realms page. So on Facebook, he's watching us there. And the KCW guys are watching us on the YouTube page. So let's go on. I still say AJ Styles. Let's go to you, Zoe.
I am definitely going to say it's going to be AJ Styles. I see Aiden English trying to interfere. I do not see Lana coming out for that match, however. Whenever it's a big match like that, typically you're not going to see the wives out there.
All right, let's go to you, Lanceman.
Yeah, as much as everybody loves new Rusev Day, I just can't see them putting the company belt on.
Exactly.
So I'm giving it to the phenomenal one.
All right, and over in the HWR Facebook page, it is Russell Ryan says a colonoscopy from Edward Scissorhands would be more enjoyable than Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley.
I second that.
I third.
I don't want to have to deal with either one of them, but
Yeah, that would be more appealing. It's watching flies fuck will probably be more enjoyable than Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. He also says,
you pinky devil, you.
yeah, right? And he also says, as much as he'd love to see a Rusev win, he'll go with AJ Styles. All right, let's go to you, Johnny. AJ or the Bulgarian Brute?
You know what? It's funny because every time I hear this match, I kind of think back. If this was the 1980s, this was a Saturday night's main event between Hulk Hogan and Nikolai Volkov.
Absolutely.
I see AJ Styles with the win, no matter how you look at it.
Absolutely. You know what's funny, too? Mm-hmm. The WWE title, or should I say the WWF title, was on the line back then, and it's on the line now, and the same thing. So it's kind of the same storyline.
There you go.
All right, so let's go to you, Rick. Final word: AJ Styles or the Rusev Day?
Well, I'm going to first say that I am a huge AJ Styles mark, but unfortunately, I think Rusev Day is going to get the win, hook or crook, and the title. Only because you were talking about how AJ Styles had the title and he's had a run, and so far he's had the title 3 months now.
That is a long time.
Yeah, so I think right now what they might do is take the title off of AJ and give it to Rusev and have him go for another run and miss that title, but, work on a really good feud for a while because, without question, he's going to win more WWE titles and other titles down the road. So, yeah, I think I'm going to give it to Rusev.
I'm gonna do a scenario. I think what's gonna happen here is we all are tired of Aiden English's Rusev Day. I can actually see him cause Rusev to lose, and that sparks the feud between the two, and AJ walks away with the championship. And all right, fans, that is our Extreme Rules pay-per-view picks. We a little bit went over time, but that's all right.
By a half hour.
No, we're not that far yet. We're not that going
Not
yet.
yet.
Here, Russell Ryan is actually part of the Kentucky Zone Wrestling crew.
No, there you go. You know what? Now that you bring that up, we just did our Extreme Rules picks. Let's go. This Saturday night, KCW is having its 11th year anniversary, and they will be in Shopville, Kentucky, doing their anniversary show this Saturday. So, Kayla, if you got any information on, the matches or anything, or should I say Zoe Nightshade, tell everybody about it while we have time.
Okay, well, here we go. That night, my Carnage boys will be in action with me at ringside, of course. Dark Suede and the Outlaw, he is one half of the Kentucky Zone Wrestling Tag Team Champion, Sully Larkin. They are going to go at it over who can actually use the RKO, Dark Suede, or will it be the Sweetwater Hangover RKO, Sully Larkin. And also, Big Frank Vanover is going to be going up against Super Assassin. It's going to be career on the line. If Super Assassin loses, he is gone. Don't forget, if you can't make it to that show, the next week on July 24th, we will be at the Lexington Fair at 7:30 sharp. You guys can come and watch us then. And Dark Suede's actually pulling double duty this weekend, you guys. He's going to be in my town, Barberville, Kentucky, on Friday at 7:30 p.m. And then he'll be in Shopville again at 7:30 p.m. for Kentucky Zone Wrestling. He makes his return Friday at AMW Wrestling.
All right.
I have to give him a shout out as well. He's one of our boys as well.
There you go. Go ahead. And you want to let everybody know, he said July 20th in Lexington Fair.
Oh, July 20th. My bad.
All right. And you know what? If you want to give them the website of where these guys can find you guys and they can get more information, that'll be helpful.
You can always just visit our Facebook page at KentuckyZoneWrestling.com, or you can or Kentucky Zone Wrestling on Facebook, rather. You'll see a list of fan pages on there as well for each of the wrestlers, as well as our announced team and referees. You can shoot us a line over there. If you want to start wrestling, please contact our promoter, Dennis Thomas Spradlin. We got a great training class that goes on there. I absolutely love it. Hey, get out there and rumble with us.
Hey, speaking about rumbling, Johnny, I think we might have to take a ride down there.
Let me tell you something, Joe. I give it to the Kentucky Fried Wrestling Company out there. Hold on a second. Hold on. You guys are doing your anniversary. You save it. You can catch me on Instagram at IPTV_guy. With questions, my Instagram at the Uber.
My niece Jack shit is she is a cab driver, and she saw like 4 or 5 Uber people coming out of the hospital, and she said,
I'm
"You know
gonna
what?
tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Boston. I go up there. I'm gonna pick my fare up there with my big Uber sign on my New York plate, and I'm gonna see what y'all gonna do.
There's a lot of New York places around here,
Oh,
and I'm gonna tell you something, okay? If you see WD-40 across your windshield, you'll know why. Cause she's pissed. She's like, I lost 4 rides tonight.
All right. You know what?
I'm kidding. That's a funny thing. So
Let's go over this right now. Lance, tell everybody where they can find you and what's happening.
Well, you can find me at youtube.com/LanceMonsterTV. Every Friday around lunchtime, I put out a video. Tomorrow is going to be actually the fireworks show that I saw on the 4th of July, and Redneck Gourmet will probably start back next week. And you can hit me up on Twitter. It's at LanceMonsterTV.
All right. And he is not here tonight, but we always love him. And we hope that he joins us again. He is Andy, who runs Stoked Haunted. If you're into the paranormal and love shows from the UK, then definitely check out these folks out. They are www.stokedhaunted.com. Check them out. And over on Twitch, check out the Wrestle Gamer, Billy Bojo. And Lance, we're gonna have to upload a certain chair shot for us to show off on Twitch sometime. So he is the Wrestle Gamer, so check him out on Twitch. And again, we already heard from Johnny. Let's hear from Zoe Nightshade herself.
well, I am Zoe Nightshade. You can find me on Zoe Nightshade, KZW's Facebook page, or you can, look me up on my regular page, Kayla Hobbs on Facebook. Big into, wrestling and everything, big into having a chat about it. Hit me up.
All right. And, well, Rick, we're down to you now.
well, first and foremost, Hardcore Wrestling Radio, as you know, once a week we have Joe who hosts Four Corner Rants, and we also have an In the Moment where if I see something, I just do a quick record, and boom, if some of the guys are online, I grab them in, because it's always good to have a little extra input when it comes to certain videos. I also, we have a chat room, HWR chat room. We have all the latest news. I do a lot of creative blogs. I did a wallpaper. I'm always putting new banners on because I think people with the same banner is just boring as shit, but that's just me. So again, that's in the Facebook under the group sections, HWR chat room.
All right, and you can check us out also on YouTube at HWR Show. So check us out definitely on these nights. Usually it is a Saturday night Four Corners rant, but since due to time restraints and stuff going on, we will not be able to do HWR this Saturday night, so we're doing it on Thursday nights. We'll see what happens. My schedule's fluctuating. If I can keep getting Thursdays off, we will keep doing more Friday, more Thursday night shows. It all depends on how well it goes. And with that, folks, you can follow me on Twitter at Skoldrin, and just do the hashtag Skoldrin's Realm, where I do reviews on different games, movies, and TV. You can just do the hashtag Skoldrin's Realms, and that'll take you directly to work. I'm going to be doing what I can for the other, pretty much more videos. So check me out on those. Check out Kentucky Zone Wrestling, the guys here at HWR. And with that, we will see you on Sunday for Extreme Rules. And now we're over 30 minutes. So with that, Lance, take it away.
Buy the shirt!
Buy the shirt, indeed. Zoe?
Buy the booty shorts.
I tell you, I got to take mine back. They're too tight around the hips.
Ain't nobody
They're
got
supposed
time for that.
to be tight. Everybody send your booty short shots to Joey.
No, that's okay. You know what? Send me your Daisy Dukes, and it preferably better be a woman. So,
Kirby, don't send those in, damn it.
I can take this conversation in a whole different inappropriate conversation right now.
Send your thongs in?
Yeah, well, you know what? Actually, you said it, not me. But you know what?
Email only.
Yeah.
You have the BO order pants, and There are weird people out there who will take them and smell them. I'm telling you, it's a crazy fucking world.
You know what?
Right
Here,
about-
here's something for you folks before we go off. And Kayla, I'm gonna throw this at you because you'll be at our live wrestling show. Take
Yep.
a picture of the most embarrassing moment of the night, and
Oh, God.
let's put it up there. Let's have a run with it. And if anybody sees, if anybody else sees something funny, they want to post up. Definitely the Walmart pics are the hilarious ones so far.
Definitely. Yeah, and KZW members, don't worry. I will get permission from you first if I do happen to post anything.
Hey, Joe.
Yo,
Hey, Joe. Joe,
yo,
if I'm not mistaken, those Walmart funny photos from those people in the South, ain't that part of the Kentucky Zone Wrestling crew?
you know what?
Nope. They're to the north of us, baby.
We are definitely gonna have to reform the Evil Alliance and take it
I'm
back
telling
down
you.
there. And then,
That Walmart people, that's their roster. That's their wrestlers. That's who they are. Those crazy
Nah,
looking
nah.
people.
and
That's
with,
who it is.
and with that, folks, I'm gonna say good night.